Hello. Okay, I'm gonna set the music on high. The intro to this game is incredible. I think it's the reason 90% of the people even wanted to play it in the beginning. And then, it's a fun game, except when you get, fucked over or whatever, which is fine. Okay, I have the music in the yellow, which is where my voice should be to pick up well. And by music, I of course mean just background game sound. So, anyway, so I'm gonna play the intro cinematic. It's gonna be amazing. And here it comes. I'm gonna shut up.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Pretty sick, right? I'm actually gonna stop the recording and make sure it's still very hearable. That intro was. So give me 1 second. Okay, that seemed pretty good. That seemed pretty. I didn't make any changes. Stop. Leave me alone. Return. Okay, that seemed pretty good. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna leave this a little high, and I'll try to shut up when the dude's talking. The ancestor. I believe the voice actor's name is Wayne June. Poppy went on about him sometimes. Apparently I played 2 years ago. I think I booted this up when Darkest Dungeon 2 came out. I might have played like one run, which isn't 3 hours, I'll tell you that much. But that file's not from there, I'll tell you that much also. Let's do a new one. Radiant is easy mode, or at least normal mode. You can get Darkest and then Stygian. So no offense, I'm just going to play on Radiant. Otherwise it's going to be awful. So we'll call it, what's this YouTube channel? Almond? Darkest Almond. Sounds delicious. Alright, and there's another intro right now, or another cinematic right now.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell. But in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Okay, we're on the old road. The stagecoach got destroyed and the caretaker's gone. He shows up later, and I think he's the merchant in Darkest Dungeon 2. Hoarder. I think he's the hoarder in Darkest Dungeon 2. At least it looks like the same little dude. I don't know. So at the moment, our whole party is just Reynald and Dismas. So that's how we start out. It's that's why everybody loves him so much. And in this game, there's no, pick from the trading pick from the outposts, make your team, this and that. If Reynald dies, he's dead. We can find a different Crusader. We can rename him to be Reynald, but this is Reynald. There's no other Reynald in the game, and you get an achievement, I think, if both of these like survive the final battle or something weird. I don't know. I didn't do that. I didn't beat this game. And okay, oh yeah, there's walking. There's no stagecoach, but there's walking through hallways. So these maps are the runs. This is where we are with the torch, believe it or not. And then we click which room to move to. Obviously, there's one choice.
Have run up these lanes.
Sometimes there's traps in the hallways. We have to press A and D to move forward. Or if we prefer the mouse, we can click, which I'm not going to do. And if you move backwards, like if I hit A right now, they get stressed and they get scared. And the torch goes out more, like this. Okay, that didn't happen. Maybe it doesn't happen in the tutorial. Oh gosh. Okay.
Send these vermin a message.
Fighting's about the same. That's the thing that's pretty much similar here. So we can use this, we're going to open vein, or we can grape shot blast. Oh, grape shot hits 3 people in this one. That's pretty good. But maybe we'll bleed them. We didn't. That's the same as the other game, at least. I don't see a turn order, so I guess that wasn't in this game. I kind of forget, but obviously, it's fine. We can hit the dude. We might be able to stun him. 100% base chance. But he might resist it 25%. He's almost dead, Let's just hit him. He died.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Enemies, I'm pretty sure they don't go on death's door at all in this game. And they don't have death armor, I'm pretty sure. But we'll see. Each item, if you take it... So this is our inventory. We can only hold this many things. But obviously, gems stack to 6, food stacks to 4, or whatever. Food might stack to 12. But etc., of course. So we're going to take some cash, aka gold. And the bleed doesn't leave when we leave the battle. So you see the map, how it has the 4 different squares? That means 4 things could happen. So I think we had a fight in square 2 or 3. And now there's a curio, something strange, in the 4th square. So we're going to look at it. Interactive objects. Some people they'll have negative quirks. They'll make them want to look at it. There might be positive ones too, I don't think so. Or we could just walk by it. But we'll click it and we'll see. Someone has camped here recently. So we can use an item here optionally. So we can just look at the tent, or we can use an item. So for the tent, and there's certain items that make things better. Like there's an unholy altar at some point. We could click it, maybe we get cursed, or we could use holy water on it, and then we get instead a blessing or a positive quirk. I'm not really sure. Let's just look in this person's tent. Alright, it was a positive outcome. We got some citrine and 50 gold.
To be found in forgotten places.
Sounds pretty good to me. And we have 2 food, of course. We eat food during rest periods. Our light is at 70, so there's that. I'm going to hit W to go through the door.
Dispatch this thug.
There's a 2-person battle in front of us, if you couldn't tell. But I'm sure you could, so that's that. Alright, what are we going to do? We're going to deal 5 to 9, it says here, but not when I'm there. So we're going to deal 5 to 9. 78% chance to hit. That's the sad news. Sometimes you just miss for fun. We dealt 9, though. That's pretty good. Alright, can we hit anybody in the 3rd lane? We can't really. But we can give the torch plus 24 light, mark target, which I think is taunt, and give ourselves some armor. That seems fine. Attracts enemies to deal damage. Yeah, okay. And then we have the armor, and then but we gain the light, which gives us more dodge, scouting. Scouting means being able to see what is in rooms and hallways before we enter them. So that's a helpful stat that doesn't make it to the next game. We can upgrade our armor and weapons at the main hub, and that carries through every run. So it's not like, oh, Here's Dismas. He's level 1 until you make him level 2 everything. Just like in the second one. It's different. What do you do? This will deal 5 to... That's not going to deal... Oh, yeah, I don't know. Thought I was clicking creep shot. 3 to 5. This deals 3 to 5. He's got 3 HP. I use it, obviously. Corpses work the same, I believe. Monsters killed with a damage over time leave no corpse at all. That might be a difference than the second game. But yeah, otherwise they're the same. They're there and they leave after like 3 turns or whatever. So we have dodge down, even though we just dodged. That was pretty cool. We have plus 20% protection for the entire battle. That's pretty nice. We'll just hit this guy. Obviously it's a tutorial. You probably could die on it. Probably some people have, but hopefully we don't, you know? Alright. So open vein deals 5 to 9, or we could pistol shoot him since he's a 1-2, you know, he's too big. He takes up 2 spots, obviously. Alright, 5 to 9, 5 to 9. This might bleed him, so... And it did. And we lowered his... Oh, we made him more likely to be crit. I don't know if I ever moused over these kind of little things before, or I just, you know, went with it. And we lowered his speed. Seems pretty good. Alright. We're bleeding, he's bleeding. It's a lot of blood.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
There's the ancestor. I pumped him up a little bit there on the sound. I'll try not to talk when he talks. He says the coolest stuff. Exertionate, exsanguinate. What did he say? Anyway, we bled him to death, so that's good. We got holy water, used to purge evil and restore purity, so that's like on the altar, like I was telling you about. Or we could apply it to a hero in a battle to increase resistance. I think it lasts just the 1 battle. Crests are important. They're an upgrade currency. Shovels clear obstacles in the hallways. If you don't have a shovel for like a big thing that you need a shovel for, people take damage and stress damage. So shovels are an important commodity to have. We've completed the quest. We've cleared out the area. So we can return to town at any time. Town is the hub. We can continue to explore the dungeon. If there were extra squares, if there were 7 squares and we beat the quest at square 5, or whatever, room 5, we could continue adventuring and clear out the other rooms, like in Isaac. If you find the boss, maybe you still want to find other stuff on the floor, basically. But we're going to return to Hamlet because this map doesn't have... We can even look. The map doesn't have any other squares. We know that, so we can return to Hamlet using this icon. Here's what we got. We got $5,000 for the quest reward, and this is what was in our bags. They make it look like a lot, but it's stuff we already knew we had. So there's stuff to collect. There's busts, I think, portraits, scrolls. I don't know what they're called, and these things, crests. I knew that. Not really. Those are all important for town upgrades of buildings. All right, and the characters level up, like I said, or maybe I didn't. Probably not, actually. So we get 2 XP, 2 XP. Reynold didn't get any quirks. Dismas has a new quirk. A good one. Plus 15% bleed resist. So that seems pretty good. And we're 2 out of 7 experience to level up. And the stress goes to 20, but they call it 200, but they give it 10 at a time. So it's like giving it 1 out of 20. I don't know. But even getting to 10 is bad. So you definitely... I think if they go to 200, they might die from a heart attack. But if they get to 10... they freak out, kind of like in Darkest Dungeon 2. Or they might go resolute. But, spoiler alert, they don't go resolute.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now. And you are bound to them.
Okay, I'm gonna try to not talk while he speaks. Which is... it's an amazing voice actor, obviously. This is the carriage driver, I believe. So our quest goal, successfully complete your first foray into the ruins. Defeat the apprentice necromancer, defeat the prophet, the necromancer. These are a bunch of bosses. Defeat the bosses, it should say. Roster goals, okay. So we'll go through that later, or never. It doesn't really matter. Reynold and Dismas are now level 1. Okay, so week 1. So everything's a week. Once we run our new dungeon and get back to town, week 2 will be over. That's how that goes. Here's our money, here's our busts. Portraits, deeds, and crests. Okay, we can close that. There's a whole... Yep. Get help where you may. Go on any screen, press H to get to help. Don't mind if I do. let's check out some of these things on the bottom. That's where we just were. The treasure chest is our trinket inventory. It contains nothing since we just started a new file, which is fine. This book is the glossary. I might need help with some of this stuff. I don't know. And this is the settings, or whatever, yeah. Okay. So anything with exclamation point is a new building. This building is going to be pretty important. It's called the Ancestors' Memoirs.
In time,
You can
will
replay
know
the videos
tragic
there. That's why it's really
extent of
important.
my
And we're going to
failings.
find more things. Oh, I just talked over him. I'm so sorry. Habit. We're going to find, like, writings that, like, give us interesting details. I don't know if he narrates them. Oh, there's an epilogue? Anyway. So that's that. Sorry. Okay, I'll shut up when we click this.
Trinkets and charms gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
Okay, trinkets and charms. So just like trinkets, you can equip 2 trinkets on somebody right here, I guess, I think. But they stay forever, unless that person dies. So more stun resist, minus dodge, more stun skill chance, but minus speed. Now, Reynold has a stun chance, or has a stunning blow. So we might want to get that for him. It's 5,000 bucks though, and we don't have 10% more than that, so that'd be over 90% of our things. Now, buildings, any building, except I think the memoir place and the graveyard, are upgradable. So instead of selling 2 trinkets, you should sell 4. It costs 10 crests to make that happen. Or we could reduce the cost, and that costs 8 crests, and then that goes up. Obviously, this might be 12 crests, might be 20. Deeds might show up at some point in the price. You know, who knows? I don't know. Nomad Wagon, not the most important place to upgrade first, I'll tell you that much. Here's the stagecoach. This is where new recruits come in, and it's all random.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws.
There could be 4 plague doctors.
Fools.
This
and
week there could be
corpses.
2 man-at-arms. There could be
All
3
will find their way
highwaymen
to
and
us
a
now that the road
grave
is
robber. We
clear.
don't know. Well, obviously not that much. Okay, so these people, it's a plague doctor. You know how that works. And
What better
the Vestal. We
laboratory
know how that
than the
works.
blood-soaked battlefield?
We can upgrade the stagecoach network using the plus sign that we talked about earlier, so we can have more available heroes per week. Increases our roster over here to 12. So right now we can hold 9 total heroes. So, and we have 4, obviously. And this is experienced recruits. We have to upgrade other things, and then that would allow recruits to be like they came in at level 0 with 1 weapon and 1 armor. Level 1, obviously. Once we upgrade some other stuff, we can pull, you know, somebody that's level 2 with 2 armor, 2 weapon levels from the stagecoach. Obviously, that's so you don't have to level somebody up if you need new recruits, because all your people keep dying, because all the percentages aren't in your favor, because you... Anyway, you can have works. So that could be important to level up soon. Let's check out this. This is the graveyard. This is
Most
the
will
list
end
of
up here,
fallen heroes.
Covered in the
If
poisoned
Dismas
earth.
dies, he's going to be right here. It'll
awaiting
say
merciful
Dismas, he
oblivion.
died from no health. You stink at this game if you kill Dismas. It might say that. It probably doesn't. Alright, embark. There isn't much more you can do right now. But this is the blacksmith. That's where we upgrade weapons and armor permanently, I think. Maybe per character. So if we upgrade Dismas's weapon to level 2, great. If another highwayman comes in from the stagecoach and we haven't upgraded it, it'll be a level 0 highwayman with 1 and 1 instead of 2 and 1, or whatever. This is the survivalist. I forget what that is. I think, oh, the resting. Okay, the tavern. Okay. Stress is more permanent. Health isn't as much of an issue, but it's obviously an issue all the time. The guild allows you to level up your abilities, I believe. Like your, you know, your stab and your heal and your this and your that. And shoot. That's all good. Obviously, there's not much we can do here. We can upgrade the stagecoach, I guess. So once we come back from our next mission, we can have 3 heroes instead of 2 to pull into our roster, which will give us 7 out of 9. That sounds fine.
Word is traveling.
And now to give us 7 out of 12.
Ambition is stirring
because we just
in
upgraded
distant
that. So that
cities.
sounds like a first
We
good.
can use this.
I'm talking, sorry. Okay, he just... I'm sorry. It's just a habit. I'm going to try to break it. He says the cool stuff, though, so that's why I should shut up all the time. I'm just going to mute myself and play. What do you think about that? I think it's good. Anyway, so going on the journeys works a little different, a lot differently.
A mecca of madness and morbidity.
your work begins.
Okay, this is where we select where to go. Click on quests to see their details, drag heroes into the slots to form your party. So instead of going through the Warrens, and then the Ruins, and then the Cove, and then the mountain, or whatever, like in Darkest Dungeon 2, you just go to one place. You can go to the Darkest Dungeon right now, but they suggest character level 6. So, we're not going to do that. This one suggested character level 1, and even then, half of our team is ill-prepared, but that's okay. This is the usual suspects. They name certain groups certain ways. If you change people, they change the name. And sometimes your makeup is so bad they don't even have a name for it. So, whatever, you know. Okay. So right now, this quest, because it looks like a map on this circle icon, it's to explore 90% of the rooms, rounded up. So if there's 5 rooms, you have to explore 5, I believe. And different things work better in different areas. The Warrens are like a sewery spot, so the Plague Doctor's disease, what's it called, blight, might not be as good there, because they're resistant to the blight. They live in the ding-dang sewer. The Cove are fish people, kind of like the Shroud in Darkest Dungeon 2. So they're really... They might be resistant to blight too. I think they're very vulnerable to bleed. The Weald is... I don't know what. And the Ruins is a lot of skeletons and stuff. So, like the holy crap from the Crusader might be good. Anyway, if we explore 90% of the rooms, we'll get 3,000 gold, 4 crests, and a common trinket that lowers our dodge but ups our disease resist. Okay, I guess it's called disease in this game instead of blight. It's pretty similar. These guys won't shut up, which is fine. Here's Dacre, we could call her. Paracelsus. It sounds pretty good to me. Paracelsus is irrepressible, plus 5% virtue chance. Virtue is going resolute when you stress out. So that's good. Hagiomania, obsessed with sainthood, so they might want to look at one of the curios. That is, maybe it's a saint statue or something, I don't know. Lazy eye, minus 5% accuracy on range skills. That's pretty rough, considering this is range, that's a buff, and this is ranged. But we can cure that. It's not as easy as in Darkest Dungeon 2, and that's okay. Trap percentage, and some other important stuff here. But trap percentage is good for the hallways. Whoever you have selected, I think, when you're moving through the hallways, there's this % chance they'll see a trap in the way. So you always want to identify your best one. 20, 20, 20, and 20. Wait a minute. This is all the Plague Doctor. Obviously, I've done something incredible. Why did your name go back? Haven't played this game in some time. Paracelsus. Okay. Wait, right click. 10%. 20%. 50% on Dismas. Okay. So Dismas is 50%. Pretty good at finding the good old traps. So we'll try to select him and we're moving through the hallways. Okay, he's a known cheat. He's not allowed to gamble in town. Gambling, I believe, relieves stress. This guy's God-fearing, so he can only pray for stress relief. He can't gamble, he can't drink, he can't... There's a couple other things. There's like 3 different slots in the bar and 3 different slots in the cathedral, or whatever. And he might steal items. If this guy finds a curio, there's a chance he takes everything inside and doesn't put it in the inventory bag. That's what the kleptomaniac means there. If the torch is above 75, he does 10% extra damage. It seems pretty good. Dacnomania, obsessed with killing. So if there's like a bloody altar, she might want to read it. I don't know. Or look at it. Minus 20% stress and ruin. Sounds pretty good. Plus 20% healing skills while camping. Camping is something... It's like an inn from Darkest Dungeon 2, but it's different. We'll get to that when we get to a medium length or higher mission. This is just a short mission quest. So we don't have that yet, and that's fine. Okay. There's the basics. 21 minutes later. Let's pick this quest. Let's provision ourselves. And let's see what happens here.
The cost of preparedness.
Provisions.
Measured now in gold. Later, in blood.
Sorry, I caught myself there when he was talking. Alright. You want to take different supplies depending on what region you're going to, how long the quest is, and whatever you feel like. Always bring food and torches. For your first short quest, try bringing at least 8 food and 4 torches. So we're going to bring 8 food, 4 torches to up our lamplight. We're going to bring a shovel, We're going to bring a key. And then because we took, I believe, the Plague Doctor, we get an anti-venom for free. And because we took Crusader, Reynald, we get a Holy Water for free. We could add in some more stuff if we want to. Medicinal herbs, Holy Water, Laudanum, Bandage. I'll add one of those. These are good for certain combat things, can you believe it or not? Or curios, aka, or treasure chests in this case. The skeleton key could unlock door. I don't know about any door I've seen, but usually there's a locked chest in one of the rooms. So a skeleton key, maybe even 2, is good to take. And it costs money, obviously, so we're just under 4K. That's why we didn't buy the trinket for 5K. We would have been way short. You always got to have some money for the resupply run. Unless you run 4 heroes that you know are going to die and you just try to scavenge what you can. It's happened before, unfortunately. So this is decent. It's just a short journey. Sometimes everybody's like, let's stop and eat. So that's why you take a multiple of 4 here. So if they stop and eat twice, you'll heal everybody, you'll feed everybody. If they don't eat, they get crabby. Okay, let's embark. And I'll try to shut up. Okay, nobody's talking. Alright. So this is our map for our first mission. We're in the first room. So we want to get out of it. And we want to be Dismas for trap checking. If we get scouting... Oh yeah, this is our destination. If we get scouting, that usually tells us the traps. Okay, you just got stressed. That's super cool. Alright, this is a torch. So we're gonna take it. We get a torch.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles.
Trinkets
Paid
and...
for in blood.
I forgot he said that, sorry. Trinkets and baubles. It's a classic Darkest Dungeon 1 phrase. That's why everybody loves it. 82... Does this dump it? Or just raise it by 15?
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Maybe it's 25. We'll figure it out. I like looking at the map, because then it tells you, you know, how close you are. Obviously, here's the door. So we'll go in. Alright, what's in this room? 2 skeletons and 1 chest. It might be locked. We don't know. Alright, I'm thinking pistol shot.
Back to the
Okay,
pit.
he died. And what can you do? Judgment. It might crit. It heals you. And it hurts the enemy barely. 3 to 6, but it's good enough. Where is it? Dazzling Light could kill this individual. And it buffs our torch by 6. I mean, not kill. Stun. There we go. And it did stun. We buffed our torch. So we just killed him.
Another one falls.
Alright, we got 1,100 bucks from that. Seems
Be wary.
pretty good.
Triumphant
Let's take a
pride
look here.
precipitates a dizzying
Strong
fall.
box. Content zone. I'm going to use the key. We don't have to, but I'm going to use the key. It had no effect. I wasted my key. It wasn't locked. I feel like a fool.
Wealth beyond
Alright,
measure.
we got a free shovel.
Awarded to the brave
Cleanse
and the
items and prevent
foolhardy
maladies
alike.
can also be applied to eliminate combat debuffs in combat. Okay, so we wasted our key. What else is new? Alright, oh, somebody got a scouting proc. So we know there's a curio. Oh no, it's an obstacle. That could be a shovel-y obstacle, and we know there's a battle before the empty room. Okay, so let's see. This is something that needs a shovel. We're going to use a
Even
shovel.
the cold stone seems
If
bent
we
on
clear the
preventing
obstacle by
passage.
hand, it would hurt them and stress them. So we're going to use a shovel. That's why we took a shovel. And we found a shovel, so that was lucky. Oh yeah, we had a battle, I forgot already. Alright, we'll shoot this lady. I think she's a big stressor. Paracelsus. Plague grenade in the back, double 2. Blinding gas in the back, 2. Emboldening vapors, plus 20% damage. So instead of like the strength and the block buffs, they give, you know, 20% damage or 20% protection. His one thing did. It's similar, but, you know, it's not as straightforward. And what's all your blight resist? 20%. Discerning blast. Deals no damage. Shuffle one person. Stun. 100% chance. Clears corpses. So that could be good. Deals no damage though. We could... What does this do? It deals 1. We blight for 4 if it hits. 80% chance to hit the blight. Sounds good to me. Alright, that worked out. So she died.
Slowly,
Cool.
gently. This is how a life
I
is
think
taken.
it like highlights your last used ability. The other one might even do that too. Let's freeze this individual. I mean, stun him. And we buffed our light a little bit. I think every 25 numbers on the light is a big difference. So 76 to 100 is one buff. 51 to 75, you get a little less dodge, a little less scouting, a little less monster surprise. But I think you get more loot also the darker it is. So you can run. People just snuff out the torch at the beginning of their dungeon sometimes to try to get a bunch of treasure, and they just deal with the problems. Obviously, you know, like 2 skeletons, we know how to deal with them. We kill them. But anyway, this guy was stunned, but now he's got more stun resist, so he doesn't get, so, you know, you can't chain stun him. They don't want you to be able to do that, which is fine. All right, that guy's 1 HP. That's embarrassing. All right, graphics are a little different, I guess you could say. You can only use this on you. You're 60% chance to resist the stun, but we didn't have much to do there. And you didn't resist the stun, so that's embarrassing for you. Kill you. That didn't do any damage. Well, they're both stunned. That's cool. Let's do a grape shot.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And then here we go. Alright. So we got some busts and some
A
gold.
trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
It's pretty good. We know the next room's empty. 76 light. No scouting. Okay, so we can choose to go. We might have to double back either way because of the room or the, you know, the clear condition. We'll go here. All right. So see that more stress. Monsters can crit more now that we're under 75. There's similar stuff for the Darkest Dungeon 2 torch on the stagecoach, but this one works. I don't know if it scales to get like new treasure. I'm gonna use the light. 70 to okay, so it does 25 up for a nice torch. That's good. Somebody got stressed anyway. Here's something we can explore. Oh, there goes the kleptomaniac. He just took it. The key and the gem. Maybe if we highlight Dismas, that won't happen again. I don't know. Right, we just lost some light. Now that chest is locked. We should have had a key for that son of a gun, and we don't. So that's upsetting. But, you know, we'll get over it later. We can grape shot and hurt everybody for some, or we can go for the lady. Eight there's pretty good. She gets the turn immediately. That's unfortunate. She lowered our light and stressed that man. Alright, he's doing pretty good. What's he got? 28 HP. He's fine, basically. Light grenade. It works out the same. You got 4 life, right? I don't know yet. Yeah, she has 4. So that's fine. So, this lady can heal. The Vestal can heal. She can heal everybody for 1 to 3, which is great for getting off death's door, or she can heal somebody for 4 to 5. Obviously, you're the only one in a little bit of need. It's not even dire need. And I don't believe there's any heal limit use, you know? There's not like 3 per battle, as far as I recall. Let me stun you. Good shuffle. She died, that's good.
Unforeseen.
Yeah, there's no limit. So that's why they added limits, because they were upset that people were winning the game. This would kill you, this would deal some damage. I guess we'll kill him. He was stunned,
the fiend falls,
but why not? That's a little self-heal in the Vestal.
Blossoms.
Necessary, but useful. Okay. So we can buff our light a little bit, honestly.
The way is lit.
We're at 100. I like to stay high, at least for a little bit.
You require only the strength.
Pretty sure
to
we marked
follow it.
ourselves, but that guy didn't care. He hit dismiss anyway. What else is new? Take that. Why not? You deal damage sometimes. Okay, there. Now he hit Rain Hall. That's fine. He's bleeding. He's stressed. Who isn't? Okay. Dazzling Light deals damage. This deals. Kill him with this. 4 to 8. It's unlikely. That one's impossible. Oh, so you just heal everybody a little bit. That's not good. But wait till you see what the occultist can do. If we get him in the We get him in the stagecoach next week. Your hero is bleeding. I'm well aware, thank you. Right-click on the bandage while it's the injured hero's turn. 1 damage over 2 rounds. I'm not going to use a bandage for that. You know what I'm saying? Alright. You missed? Why did you do that? Rude. He's going to die to the bleed, so I don't really care what happens. And Paracelsus can't attack the front unit anyway, so... Once we get the guild unlocked, I believe it is, we can... There we go. We can buy new abilities, we can upgrade abilities.
Continue the
gonna be nice.
onslaught. Destroy.
Alright, we're going to take this as the quest reward. It's got the lock, so that needs the key. We don't have a key, so we'll just open it. It would have been a bigger bounty, but we got a key and 2 beats.
First
you know,
test.
it's something.
Now it must be carried home.
Oh, now we're getting scouting, as you can see. Okay, so... How do you move it? Right-click, okay. There's a curio, there's a trap here, there's a trap here, there's a room battle. So we're going to go backwards, so we can avoid this trap. People might want to eat before we get to the next... There we go. So eat 4 food, 1 each, and regain 5% health. So we're going to eat. That's fine. Alright, we're going to go in the old room that was empty. It's still empty. I don't think they ever, like, repopulate or anything unless that's part of some quest. So there's a curio here. So we're Dismas. There's no traps in this hallway, but hopefully, since we're clicking on Dismas now, highlighted, Reynald doesn't steal the trip. I had to back up a little bit to get it. Obviously, it was upsetting some people. Citrine's pretty good. It's worth 250 gold, as you may know. Alright, that's not a huge fan. Yeah, the light goes down when we move, including when we go through the door, so 90. Okay, it didn't go down when we went through that door. Maybe I'm an idiot. Alright. There's only one dude in the back. His blight resist is only 10%, so we're gonna blight him. That's a hearty strike back. Is the music too loud like this? Let me know. I like Wayne June being loud, or I could turn the music off. I guess I didn't think about that. Because I'm bad at everything, or I could lower it a lot, you know. But Wayne June, I mean, he's incredible. Narration. That's the only percentage you need. Let me know if that's better or worse, or if you hate it or like it, or both. 2 to 5, 3 to 6. You're taking 4. If we dealt 6, you wouldn't get another turn. But Paracelsus just took a hit. Everybody's down a little bit. That's a 9 heal, basically. It's pretty good. Let's do Grape Shot. Spread the love. Forward everybody's up to their chance to get crit, which is a debuff, but you know. Okay, he didn't like that very much, which is fine. Okay, Zealous Accusation. Don't miss. Alright, didn't miss, didn't crit either. I'll get over it later. That could have killed literally everybody, maybe. But it didn't. Okay, this guy's dead. So Paracelsus can stun this individual. Nope. Resistant. That's fine. Might as well heal up. No reason not to. But I think if certain battles go super long, they do get stressed or start crying about it or whatever. Which is fine. I cry all the time too. Crit for 10. Good job, pal. Okay, so we got boots.
Remind yourself that
Got a torch, and we got
overconfidence is a
$50.
slow and insidious killer.
Somebody upstairs is doing something weird. So this is the Holy Fountain. So the question mark here means we haven't tried this item on this type of curio. I'm going to say the key is not it for this one. Did I just talk over the guy, by the way, when that battle was over? I think I did. I apologize. Alright, we got a heal. So we got a big benefit. There's a whole wiki online. What thing to use on what curio, what the percentage pad is. Like, we got a heal. That might have been a 10% chance to heal, 20% chance for a positive quirk, 50% chance for $500. I don't know. Something like that, you know? There's a whole wiki online. I'm not going to follow that at the moment. We know there's a trap coming up thanks to the scouting. Here it is. Yep. So it's visible on the ground, and since we're clicking Dismiss, we have a 50% chance, I think, to disarm it. Or maybe it's 50% chance to look at it, and then 90% chance to disarm. That's pretty good. I call that pretty good. So that was good. The light is going down. Alright, there's a curio in the next hallway, and nothing else, I guess? Because I guess we got scouting that far, I don't really remember. Alright, we're gonna loot food, a bust, and gold. We don't have any problems with the inventory yet. It's close. It's close to being full. But not yet. And we're leaving. We just got a whole new spot. So that's nice. Alright. Hunger, whatever. Why is everybody always eating food? I'm getting hungry. Just because it takes a week to go through this place. Oh, we did quest complete. Oh, we did do it with the one room remaining. Okay, so it rounds down. Oh, we got scouting. Let's check it. There is an obstacle, but then we get a treasure. Now we have a shovel. We have a key. I think it's very good to go here in this scenario. As long as what now we're gonna maybe get some stress. We don't have any extra torches. Now it's 50. So hero surprise. We might get surprised. Monsters are getting buffed with accuracy and damage. Oh, plus loot. That might have showed up on the other one, but obviously I was reading the red. That's what I was focused on. So we might crit more, plus player crits, but we get more loot, allegedly. So there is that. And there's actually 4 individuals. I know this guy does stress, so I hate him a lot. The way the stress works is, I guess when it crosses a 10 threshold, you know, it fills in the, well, it outlines the square. And then, so 100 is all squares outlined. Once that, if it crosses 110, the first square gets filled in with white. So once you get thick, full squares, that's when you know you got a problem. That wasn't how it originally was. I thought it was out of 100, which was basically, you know, out of 10. Kind of like how Darkest Dungeon 2 works. But, whatever. I don't know. Okay, kill that person, please. What's your 10% blight resist? Hopefully we get both. Alright. So that guy was dead from the start. That's the good news. And he died to a dot, so he didn't leave a corpse. Okay, very fair. Thank you for critting me, I guess. You had more chance to do it, so. We could heal everybody. We could stun someone, though. What's your stun resist? 25, 25, 10. You're not going to die just yet, so let's stun him. I'd love to not get crit for 12. We resisted. Oh, we cleared out some of the light. So now our plus loot is gone, actually, and so is our plus crit. But they had plus crit, now it's just plus. I don't know what each plus, you know, comes out to. But I guess we're better off. I don't really know. One hit kill? It doesn't really work out maybe ever, which is fine. Alright.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
4. You're gonna die. Cool. Probably not gonna stun you. I guess we might as well heal. Alright. Blind. Disorient. You can't. Alright, buff you. Reynald. So you're doing more damage. And then deal more damage. Never mind.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Alright, 3's not too bad. Might bleed. No bleed. Okay. That's for the whole battle. That's pretty nice. Okay, should keep Paracelsus topped up. Big fan of that. Skeletons, 200% chance to not bleed. It's because there's just skeletons, right? It makes sense. So if you got a big bleeding hero, Houndmaster, which doesn't exist in Darkest Dungeon 2, I think he's a big bleeder. So you don't take him to the ruins, because it's mostly skeletons. I had a whole list. I'm actually very upset.
Annihilated.
Let me get through this. And maybe I'll shut up, too, for the guy. Okay, so
This
take
expedition at least promises success.
Okay, unlocks a hidden
A
compartment.
fortune waiting to be spent.
It's actually not even that much stuff, but it's nice, I guess, so whatever. Okay, so we've completed the quest. Let's wrap this up. So for the quest itself, we got $3,000. at some stuff. And this is everything we found. I think you can skip it. I think you can... I don't know. I think you can skip it. Or maybe just hit next while it's still going. Either way, we found 10 busts, a bunch of stuff. Our own 3,000 bucks and a bit. And then we sell back what we didn't use. So we didn't use the bandage. So we get like 20 bucks or whatever back for it. The herbs, the holy water, etc. The other key. Okay. So everybody got 2 experience. So they're 4 out of 7, 4 out of 7, 2 out of 7, 2 out of 7. That's good. Let's see if we got any good quirks. Fast healer. Plus 10% healing skills while camping. Cool. Claustrophobia. Severe fear of enclosed spaces. What does it actually mean? Maybe backing up upsets him more? I don't know. I'm sure it all means something. And again, the wiki will tell whoever reads it. But that won't be me at the moment. Minus 5% damage on range skills. That's pretty bad. But if she deals 1 damage with the throw, usually, hopefully it just rounds that back to 1. Plus 10% accurate versus unholy and 5% crit versus unholy. Unholy enemies. So I think the skeletons are unholy. I'm not sure what else might be at the moment. Robots plus 50% disease resist. That's good. Oh no, wait. Diseases are like diseases in Darkest Dungeon. Maybe it is called blight. And then disease is, you know, when you get tarantism or botulism or whatever. I don't know. Short on gold, sell unwanted trinkets directly.
The tents are pitched, banners fly, and the corpse wagons stand at the ready. The circus has come to town.
Okay, I think that's for a DLC that I don't have. So that was a cool voice line, but I don't have that DLC. Sorry, Wayne. Over time, some negative quirks will lock into place, and they have the skull next to them at that point, and become severe. Severe negative quirks cost much more to remove in the Sanitarium, which we haven't even visited, so maybe that's unlocked now. The Butcher's Circus? Oh yeah, there's a weekly event. I forgot about these. There's a weekly event. Maybe Butcher Circus is a normal thing. There's some circus as a DLC. Anyway, I don't know. There's a weekly event, as I've said for the 3rd time perhaps. And so it buffs certain things, like, oh, if you take Vestals, they'll get double XP. Or, oh, if you go to the Warren, you'll have plus 20% loot, or something weird like that. And some of them suck. Some are good, some of them suck. At one point, I think after you're in week like 60 plus, your village can get raided by like a dude who wears like a wolf helmet. I didn't know he existed. And my one, town and my band of adventurers, 5-6 years ago or whatever, he killed him. It wasn't good. I mean, only 4 of them, I guess. But if you don't kill him, he'll come back at some point. I got really upset, and I don't think I touched the file again. So hopefully we're prepared for that. I don't know. Anyway, that won't happen for a while. A traveling circus has arrived on the outskirts of town, bringing with them all manner of crude sport. Enter the ring this week to relieve 10 stress from all heroes. We'll think about it. It's on our roster. We'll think about it. So here's what we learned today. These people leveled up to level 1. Congratulations. The Abbey's now unlocked. The Tavern has been unlocked. The Butcher's Circus is now unlocked. Maybe it's not a DLC. Maybe it's a free DLC. Apparently it's unlocked. Alright. So we learned about the Abbey.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
The Abbey will relieve our stress, people. So right now we see Paracelsus is high on stress. If we recruit somebody else and we send these 3 and a 4th different person to a thing, Paracelsus will take that week to convalesce and, have no stress. Well, a big stress down. It depends where and what and which, and it costs money, I think. But anyway, what's it say? Experiment. Oh, why did I read that word? Heroes relieve stress by taking part in activities at Tavern and Abbey. Experiment to find the best activity for each hero depending on their quirks. That's where the can't gamble and only will pray come into factoring. Committing a hero to an activity locks him in activity until next week. You have to take a different hero. Okay. So, and this idiot always pops in one of the squares. So what's Reynald's thing? Oh, good. They got locked in. Thank God. We'll only pray. So which one is praying? Pray to a higher power. So if we wanted to relieve Reynald of stress, we can't. Because this genius is sitting here for a whole week. Anyway. We can upgrade it to unlock these spots, to have, you know, second and third spots in each of the ways to relieve stress. And then I think it's cheaper. Oh, increases stress recovery. Increases. Oh, it's for each one. So the cloister, you click once to increase stress recovery. And then I think the next square is like have another spot. I think that's how those work. And the tavern is very similar, except it has
Fresh kegs,
drinking,
cards, and curtained
gambling,
rooms
and the
promise
brothel. So
solace to
Dismas
the
wants to
weary
relieve
and
stress. He
broken
can't gamble
alike.
because he's a cheat or whatever. So he relieves stress at one of the others. It costs money, etc. So that's how the stress relief works in this game. You don't just reset stress between dungeons, kind of like the Darkest Dungeon 2, because obviously those dungeons are 3 hours long. But as you saw with our dungeon there, I mean, it was a little bit longer because I was probably explaining too much crap. Or talking about too much crap. But that was maybe, what, 25 minutes for that short quest. So you can see how a 3-hour run is a bit of a reversal. Here's the Butcher's Circus. Okay. Well, I'm not going to click that yet. I want to see what we get. We got another Vestal. We'll just take whoever we got at this point. We got another
Sister
Crusader.
of battle,
We got a
pious
Grave
and
Robber.
unrelenting.
Son of a... I talked over him again. I'm so sorry. Alright. We don't have that. Okay. So Paracelsus could use a de-stress. We don't want anybody freaking out. Paracelsus could meditate. And we'll make it a bit more effective. Oh, we could reduce the treatment cost by 15%. That's a lot to commit, though. 8 busts, 10 crests. Maybe this one's the third, the second spot, and then it loops over again. So it'll be like increases, cheaper, your third spot's open. That's how it works. Took me a minute to remember. That's a lot of resources to commit, I think. So there you go. She's going to de-stress. So what was she at? 40 something? 43. So let's see what she's at after the next week. Okay, and then what was your... Enter the ring this week to relieve 10 stress from all heroes. We could do that. I mean, you still need... You have 20 something. You guys have something in the teens. 9 apparently is 14. Okay, I mean, we could do that. Paracelsus just need a little bit more. We don't want anybody reaching 100 and freaking out. And then if they get extra stress and reach 200 again, I think they have a heart attack and die. So I guess we could check this out. I don't know it exactly. Download the... We're not going to be doing that. Sorry. Maybe in the future. There's like 5 or 6 DLCs. Some are just single characters. Some are entire like modes. There's this. There's like a farm. There's like a vampire area. I didn't do any of that crap. Sorry. Okay. We've leveled up the ruins. So now the ruins is going to be tougher. Because we leveled it up. But we have 4 short quests to choose from. Oh yeah, hold on. Go home. How do you go to town? I want to go back to town, please. Oh man. Oh, biscuits and gravy. Oh, here it is. It's just these red lines. It's kind of tough to see. So we found a trinket. Oh my god. Play doctor only. Plus 10% melee accuracy and bleed skill chance. And she's only got the stab, I think. If that. Incision, yeah. But it buffs that move greatly. So that seems pretty good. Yeah, everything else is ranged or healing or this or that. It seems really good, but we don't have 15,000 bucks, unfortunately. Didn't we earn a trinket, though? Did we not? What are we doing here? Sort by level, stress, class, activity. Okay, I'm pretty sure we earned a trinket. We earned 2 trinkets, in fact. Okay, so we can put disease resist on somebody, but they're less likely to dodge. That sounds fine on a Vestal, because they're not getting attacked as much. But then they wouldn't be getting attacked for the disease that much either. I don't know. More dodge, less move resist. So I would give that to a Jester, probably. Because they can move as much as they want anyway. And I think they have a little bit higher base dodge anyway. This lady might have dodge. What's your dodge? 10, 5, 0, 0, 10, and 5. So Dismas could use this dodge. But if he gets moved, he could still slash people from the front. Yeah, I'll give that to Dismas. And then marriage. Let's see what's wrong with her. plus negative 10% death blow resist. So what's your death blow resist? 57%. Okay. Guilty conscience bears the crushing guilt of deeds real and imagined. Hell if I know what that means. Honestly, no offense. 10% max HP, that's fine. Plus 10% scouting chance in the ruins. So she might go into ruins. Oh, I was going to say, I was very upset. I'll probably just tell this story and then call this video, if that's okay with you. But obviously I'll be doing that, and then you have to let me know in the future. But anyway, so I was very upset because in like my original file, like the original file I had a perfect team for every place. Like I just, at whatever point, I was just so obsessed, not obsessed, but you know, I was so particular that I named the people what slot they were in and where they go. So if I always took this Vestal of the Ruins, I would name her Ruins 3. I'd put it, you know, in the third slot from the front or whatever. And some people went to both or two different places. So she'd be like Ruins 3, Warrens 2. I had everybody like that. I had a paper list of what classes I wanted to take where. And then I did a little bit of Googling because I never went into the Darkest Dungeon, even though I played the game for 74 hours according to Steam. I never went into the Darkest Dungeon, you know, like what we saw on the map that it was level 6. I never went there, but they were like, oh, here's a good class setup to take for this run. There's like 4 specific dungeons in the Darkest Dungeon. So I like wrote I wrote who I'd take. Like, oh, I'll take Ruins 3, Warrens 2 as my second slot in Darkest Dungeon number 1 or whatever. And I wrote it all down. I don't know where that paper is. It was at the old house. I think it got, you know, there was other stuff going on maybe. It was more important than a video game, apparently. So in the move, I didn't take it with me, I guess. Or if I did, I don't know where it is. So I'm really upset about that piece of paper. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. Obviously, it's been bothering me for a lot of years. What are these buttons? What's this? Oh, just next hero. That's nice. Okay. So yeah. So that's the game. And that's Wayne June that was talking originally a while ago. I'm sorry I talked over him so much. I'll attempt to curtail that. But he's got a great vocabulary, and I love stealing his words and phrases. Everybody loves it. Trinkets and baubles. Our house, opulent and imperial. There's some classic phrases to this day, I would say. And we don't have this DLC. I'm sorry. But maybe next time. Or maybe in a year. We'll see what happens. Oh, I went off screen to click stop recording, and apparently I moused over Russell, and they just bounce like that. I'm so sorry. I'm going to move my mouse down here. There you go. Okay. Oh, we just hit daytime. Isn't that nice? And that'll do it. Anyway. So that's the game. So let me know what you think. I love you very much. Farewell. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great night, day, and all the time. I love you. Okay, bye.